right, and we're live. I'm Ellie from Nourishment Redacted, and welcome to Lioness Lifestyle Live, everyone.
Hey, everybody, and I'm Cristie with Meeting Wellness. I'm so excited to meet with you this afternoon. I mean, for me, it's afternoon. For some of you, it may be evening already, but thank you for joining us for this extra special bonus episode, you guys. Uh-oh, we can't hear you, Hayley. You're not muted either, but you have no sound, or I can't see that you're muted.
Yep, see ya.
She'll be back. Okay.
I'll take over.
Go for it.
So that was Hayley from Meatiswhereitsat. And please get your questions ready for our amazing guest. She'll be out very, very soon. If you have a question, please put Q or some lovely question marks for us so we can put you on the screen.
Yeah, and we have an awesome Roar of the Week. We're just on Tuesday, but our viewers are so amazing. And we have a Roar of the Week here. Let's see, Hayley, try saying something.
Yes.
I am back. I'm so sorry.
Okay, well, I'm just about to do the Roar of the Week. So without further ado, our Roar of the Week this week is from KSK881. And you might think I picked it just because of the little kitty cat over there, and maybe that's part of the reason. But she said, this was the best Lioness Lifestyle Live for me. I relate strongly to Becky's story. It is so close to my own story, except for the PCOS, that I found myself agreeing with pretty much everything that she said. Toward the end, I found myself laughing nonstop. You all are so fun to watch. Great show. So yeah, my smile was big when I read that one. Fantastic. If you guys want
a great show.
Next Roar of the Week, yeah, leave a comment after this show and we will hunt through those and shout somebody out next Tuesday.
Yes. And then I have an exclusive interview with Cristie on December 30th. At noon Pacific, 1 p.m. Mountain, 2 Central, or 3 Eastern, wherever you are. We got that this time because last time I was like struggling.
Why did I take a drink?
I know. And then Ellie will come and join us at the end, and we'll just jive together as the Lionesses. So come join us. I'm excited to share my story with Cristie.
I get so hyped for this show every single week, and this week is no different. So let's bring Alia Wells on stage. Hey, girl.
Hey. Hello. Thank y'all.
Welcome. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you. I'm nervous for some reason. I'm so nervous to be on your show.
Intro.
It's the intro. I love your intro. It's amazing.
I get chills. So, Alia, we are so excited to welcome you on the show. Could you please tell us your health journey and how you found the carnivore diet?
Sure.
That's a new word, apparently.
Sure. So, as a child, I was kind of very chubby and probably obese. And then in my teens and in my 20s, I was not, but I experienced lots of pain in relationship to my menstrual cycle. I just want to throw these out there. This is not how I arrived to carnivore, but I just thought I'd throw that out there. I think that I had endometriosis, which I found out later in life after I almost didn't have any symptoms anymore from having kids. All right. So let's see. In my 20s and 30s, I would gain weight and then I would eat low carb. Like I thought I was doing some version of Atkins diet. And I would lose a lot of weight really fast. So I always knew that if I just cut out the carbohydrates and crap, I would lose weight. And it was like, no problem. I could be skinny again because I used to be. For my type of body, I was skinny. 130 pounds, but like size 10 because I've got huge hips. I'm that sort of shape,
Curvy.
Yeah, big
yeah, baby.
Yeah, exactly. So then I had kids. I had Jacob and I gained 80 pounds. So I think it was like 150 pounds when I got pregnant. I looked normal, like a normal size. And then I gained 80 pounds and I had a traumatic birth experience. And then after that, I had a thyroid condition. So I have hypothyroidism. So after I had Jacob, I didn't lose weight. I didn't lose any weight. In fact, I got fatter and fatter and fatter. And that was for sure how I was eating, but I couldn't seem to get myself back onto, oh, if I don't eat carbohydrates, I'll lose weight. You know, something had changed in my body and in my mind or whatever. But I knew that would work. And by the way, growing up, I was like never really into vegetables at all. Maybe pickles. Like I didn't like vegetables. So now Jacob is born. He's 7 now. So whatever, 7 years ago. And then 11 months later, I'm pregnant with Brianna. And during that pregnancy, I actually lost some weight because I could hardly eat. So, but I'm saying this very specifically because it's like an important part of the story. Like I got very fat. I think when I got pregnant with Brianna, I was 225 pounds. And I'm 5'3", so I was just kind of like a balloon. I was like a beach ball. And I lost weight with her only because I couldn't really eat. I had a hard time eating with her. So then after she was born, or at the end of my pregnancy, I find out about Dr. Berg. And I do like my version of keto, which isn't keto at all. It's starvation, basically, like chicken and stupid iceberg lettuce salads. Like I tried that and that didn't work. I was scared of eating pork. And then like I was a big hamburger person all my life. And then I would hear from my friends, like meat's not good. My friends, like I would hear from people, I'm not going to say who, that if you eat too much red meat, it's bad for you. So then I have these considerations in my head. So I ended up eating chicken and eggs and salad, which you're going to get so sick of that so fast. So now, let's see, for years after my son was born, until like almost 9 months ago, for years, I tried to get back onto, I know that if I do low carb, I will lose weight, but I somehow forgot. And I kept attempting to do keto, but that just led me to a whole bunch of keto treats. And so it was like this vicious circle or vicious cycle, whatever that expression is. And I couldn't get below 200 pounds and stay there. And this was more mentally stressful than anything else. Of course, I felt inflammation and pain, but it was like the mental stress of feeling ugly, feeling fat, being addicted to food, which I never really was addicted to food before I got pregnant. Sure, I loved food. I'm from Chicago, but I was a heavy smoker for like 17 years, cigarettes. And so I would prefer to smoke than eat. And I think that also played a part of me not ever gaining weight in my teens and in my 20s, you know? So now I quit smoking the second I found out I was pregnant, basically. And then I started eating. And so I created this food addiction where I'd eat when I was happy, when I was sad, emotionally, I would binge, whatever. Food was just bored. I was just eating so much food. But in my mind, I knew if I stopped doing this, it should work. Okay. So about a year ago, I started hearing about Dr. Ken Berry. And finally, one day I watched some videos and like, okay, I'm doing this. I'm going to do this. But it still took me some months to get started. And then last February, January, I was like at wit's end with my weight and also lots of digestive issues. And I said, March 1st, I'm starting. And that's what happened. March 1st was the day.
That's shocking because like so many people have started this year. And
oh yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, put in the comments if you started in 2023, the carnivore diet, put that in the comments. I want to know. Yeah,
exactly. So that's how I ended up here. That's the long and short of it. I think I said it in 5 minutes. my whole life in 5 minutes. Hey.
No, I know you go deep. Don't you?
Can I touch on one thing though? I need to talk. This is the lady. I know there's lots of men here. Hi, Brett. Brett's here. Lots of friends are here. Nicole, Mike. But this is like a ladies thing. As a teen, I started having real difficulty with my menstrual cycle, like debilitating pain. It wasn't every cycle, but I think in my 20s, late teens and 20s, it was like worse and worse and worse. Like I couldn't do anything, or I would be in pain. And like, I think this is why people are serial killers, because if someone talks to you, you just want to like shove them out the window, like so much pain. I always say pain is really close to anger. Like they're kind of similar wavelengths. And for me, if I'm in pain, don't talk to me. I will kill you. But anyways, not just the killing other people thing. That was bad. No, I'm just joking. I would be like, I would dread my cycle. I would dread it because I would be on the floor writhing in pain. The stupid thing is, like, I would ask my friends, like, do you guys have period cramps? They're like, yeah, that's totally normal. And then they'd be like, but you can't be lying down on the floor like that. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that. No one really ever said that to me, but you get the flow. Like, or I have to go home. I can't work. Well, I have a period also. Like, it's not understood because all women, unless you have other issues, have a menstrual cycle. But not every woman experienced the pain that I did. And I kind of felt that everyone did. And I felt like I couldn't handle pain. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Now, so I have kids. A majority of that goes away. But it was like 20 years of terror. Like,
that's pretty
migraine
traumatic.
headaches. Yeah, I remember almost fainting once, being at work. I remember so much pain. One time I had a dental operation, and I always say this story because this was the day that I knew, like, wait a second, this is not right. I could take like Tylenol or something, and it might help just enough to take the edge off, just a little bit, but not enough. And I took Vicodin I was on Vicodin and Tylenol 800 for a dental operation, and my period coincided with it, and I felt nothing. And I'm like, oh, so I should be on narcotics. That's what this pain is. I wasn't though. I didn't stay on it. But when your pain is so bad that only narcotic drugs will handle it, it should have meant something to me. Like, that's not normal.
No, that's not normal.
I went on with this for years. Sometimes being on the pill would help, but it was still painful. I could go on and on about this because I had no idea that it wasn't a normal thing. And I just went through life like this. So then 3 weeks into Carnivore, my period shows up. I'm like, hey, where's the pain? Where's even the feeling of a cramp? Like, where is the pulling in my butt? Where is the pain in my knees? Where is like all this weird stuff that I thought was normal? It was like gone. It was gone. And I was like, oh, this means something. I have to talk about this because I don't know how many girls are actually experiencing this. And I think it has a lot to do with how we're eating. And I think it has a lot to do with how we eat and the inflammation that we create in ourselves. I honestly had no idea. So it was like mind blowing. Not that I'm going to say having kids changed it dramatically, but still I had pain. To have absolutely no pain when my first cycle came around, I was like, this is craziness. This is nuts.
Did you feel like you're able to like live life now? Because a menstrual cycle comes every month, whether you like it or not, it's coming for you. And I have to agree with you that, like, for me, I had really irregular periods. So kind of like a little different than yours, but I would go like sometimes like 100. I remember there was one time because I used to count on my phone because I never knew when it was going to come. I was like, okay, I can't remember 3 months ago when I'm going to have it, or 2 months ago.
Oh, wow.
So log it in. But then when I was doing keto and then now Carnivore, I've noticed, and there was some time in between where it was not. So I have, that's kind of like my proof of the pudding that became regular and no pain. So do you feel like you're able to live life because you don't have it?
Right. I was a couple months ago, I was me and my husband went to see Oppenheimer. So it must have been in July. Yeah. And it was like the day that my period started. I'm like, oh my God, this is new. Like, I'm not, like, we're out doing something. Not that I wouldn't have been out that day in the last 7 years, but thinking back to being in my 20s, there would have been no way I would have canceled plans. I would have done anything just to be rocking in my bed or taking a hot shower or a bath. Like, don't talk to me. So it was amazing that I could be like, oh, wow, we're watching a movie. It's date night, like totally normal. I will say though, I do have random middle of the month, like intense cramping that I never experienced before, but it's still different. I prefer that for 1 hour than randomly in the month. Then I don't just the days leading up to it, the day that it's terrible after. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think it's ovulation maybe?
Yeah, I think so. And I don't know. So that's different. I think so. At least I know when I'm ovulating.
There you go.
Well, I used
yeah.
to tell Garrett all the time, I've said this in a previous live, but that like I would tell him like, I'm mad at God. Like, why did he make women this way? Because I was
Right.
told it was normal, those kinds of things. And
Mhm.
just someone in the comments said suffering in silence. Lots of women suffer in silence. And it's like the normalization of things that are totally not normal. Our ancestors did not struggle like that. The women were healthy and strong, and that wouldn't make sense for women to suffer every single
Right.
month for an entire week. Like
Right.
you would never get anything done. There would be never anything for those women to do except for those 3 weeks. And then, even other parts of your cycle are hard. Some people
Right.
have hard ovulation and the mood swings at certain weeks. I mean, people sell apps based on your week that you're on and how that's going to affect your mood. And they're like, buy our app because we can help with that. And it's like, but it's not normal
Right.
to be like this. So
Sure.
yeah, I totally get that.
Sure. And I understand that sentiment totally, but now like, why did God do this to us? Or do you get what I'm saying? But it's not. It's like, why are these scientists creating these foods that are super addictive and we just want to eat them? And that's screwing up our system. And now at least we know. So I feel like it's like my duty to at least spread the word. And if you have knowledge, you got to be like responsible. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And then it's in somebody else's ball court. Like, eat low carb, high animal fat, see if you feel better. And if you don't, that's your own, you're torturing yourself unnecessarily.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
I always think it's so funny. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to pop this up here because Hoosier said, I know I'm just a dude, but carnivore benefits that women experience are not lost on us. That's true healing right there. So great. So I just want
one of our lions.
Yes.
Bravo.
Yeah, we love lions.
Yeah,
Yes.
we do. Go ahead, Ellie.
Now he's always so supportive and very conscientious about what women go through. I've noticed that while we've been interacting with him. But I was going to say, I think it's so funny that our culture as women, we've accepted that period pain is like awful. Like you're allowed to become like a monster and you're allowed to like gorge on like chocolate and ice cream and cry in front of a romantic movie. Oh, yeah. It's like that's become normalized. And so I just feel really sad for the women who don't know about low carb, high fat eating because they're suffering. And it's like, I wonder, like, as our movement continues to grow, I wonder if that could possibly change how we watch romantic movies and like have commercials and like
or ice cream sales.
Yeah, right. And it's like, do you think that like companies that make, pads and tampons and stuff like that, do you think they like want us to feel like this, or am I just going to conspiracy theory?
I think you're maybe a little conspiracy theory.
I think so.
Well, I do think that the medical community at large, I mean, you wouldn't have women maybe on birth control as often because then you're more in tune with your cycle because when you're in pain and then like I've learned that about my cycle, I know when my period is coming, I know when I'm ovulating, and I didn't know that stuff before because I just like dreaded that week. Because honestly, most of that month, every month was painful in some form because the ovulation was painful. And then I was moody and just mad about things. And then my period would come and I would be like, don't touch me, So I think that the medical community would lose a lot of money from birth control pills and all kinds of medications or going to the doctor. So yeah, I think you're spot on a little bit there, Ellie, about something. It's not really conspiracy in that sense, but
okay, I agree with that. But I'm not walking
that's
around
kind of what I was.
Natural.
That's kind of where I was going for. But I like to go throw a little humor in there. Like Hayley was speaking to my soul one episode, and she was like, "I'm putting on my tinfoil hat," and I was like, "This is my girl." I love tinfoil.
It's invisible, but it's always here, you guys.
Well, this is a different women's issue, but it is a question. I wanted to pop it up here because actually I know that some of us have had this experience, but I don't know about you, Alia. So Whitney's asking, this is the only diet I've ever done where my breast didn't shrink first. I heard someone call this butter boobs. Have you ladies found this to be true for you as well? Sorry, guys, TMI. No, not TMI. This is women's health. We talk about this stuff here.
There's no TMI here.
I don't think so. And that's a very good point because definitely whenever I would do prior, like my low carb stuff, my boobs would be the first thing to go, but I didn't care. I will even say that one of my boyfriends once, when I lost a ton of weight, I was so happy. Like I lost like 30 pounds. And then I gained it all back because I was on a crazy, like low calorie diet. That's the point. Low calorie, not enough fat. He was like, does your bra fit anymore? Like, not like you look so great, you lost so much weight. That was like the feedback. So I haven't had that feedback from my husband, and I'm wearing the same bra size.
Okay.
There you go.
What about you, Hayley? I know you've had some transformation in that area.
Yeah. I had like planned to have plastic surgery and actually that's a whole other story that I'll be putting up soon, I'm sure. But we had saved all the money and done all the stuff. And then at the last minute, I decided not to do it. And I tried carnivore instead. And I was supposed to get a breast lift because, of course, after 3 kids and breastfeeding, they were a little, pointing down. The nipples were pointing down. Where's our lions? Cover your ears. They were pointing down. But like after eating carnivore, my nipples have come forward and up. And so they're, I don't need the lift anymore. So I do feel like I have butter boobs. Yeah, I do. And I joke about that too. Like we've got the butter boobs, and they haven't gone anywhere. I know I saw in the comments, some people have said that theirs like deflated and things like that. And so I do think it has something to do with the amount of fat you're eating and the protein ratio and things like that for you. But yes, I have experienced that. Anyway, I had TMI too. So no worries, Whitney. We're good.
This is a girls show. Can you pop up the comment from Carnivore at 620? Maybe it's 420 at your side.
I'm not doing it.
You got it? Okay, I got it.
I don't have it. Okay.
So I wanted to pop this up because she says, I'd love to know what causes this. So I can explain that a little bit from my understanding of it. But yes, it's axe murderer pain. Exactly. Thank you. Someone that understands. You're like the nicest, sweetest person. And then this time of the month comes and you're like, I will kill you. Okay. So if you have endometriosis, it could be genetic. So my grandmother had apparently very bad cycles and she was told she was never going to have kids, which is a symptom of endometriosis. She proceeded to say, no, I'm going to have kids, and had 6. And then also my mom had extremely terrible periods until she had kids. So it's possible that it's genetic, but what endometriosis is the endometrium is that lining that we shed every month. And endometriosis is inflammation of it, and it grows outside and it sticks itself in very weird places. So then when the hormones for your period start, it starts cramping everywhere and trying to do the job of getting rid of it everywhere. And so you just feel this excruciating pain outside of your uterus, even in your uterus, in different places, because it is inflammation of that lining. And autoimmune it's either genetic or autoimmune. And I kind of think for me, it's probably both. Probably both. And like, I've never been diagnosed with it. I actually want to go get diagnosed one way or the other, because it's not like I'm eating. So how I'm eating brings the inflammation down, but to get diagnosed, they need to stick cameras up there and see if this tissue is in other places of your body. That's the only way to get properly diagnosed. So I do want to do that. But if you eat this way and you get all the inflammatory foods, try a couple months, like even no vegetables. Who knows? Who knows what will happen? For me, it was 3 weeks. And then I was like, what?
That's like a miracle.
It's a miracle. But having kids changes it. And I talked to Nurse Kim about this. For anyone who knows or doesn't know Nurse Kim, she's got a channel. And she said that after you have kids, if you have that situation, after you have kids, it can like go into remission. But I still had pain, but it wasn't the axe murderer pain. And then to have 0, I was like, what? Why are we suffering our entire lives? Let's just eat steaks.
So can you answer for me, just because I'm curious, and so my period was 7 days of bleeding before. And then my first period after starting carnivore was, I only bleed for 3 days each month. Wow.
Yeah.
But the first day I do still have, after almost 6 months of carnivore, I still have 1 full day of kind of that pain. It's definitely not axe murderer pain, but it's still painful that first day. So I'm wondering, for you, how long were you on carnivore before you had no pain?
3 weeks. But I will say sometimes I do have pain, but the first time I had my menstrual cycle after starting, I had like zero pain, and that was like a huge epiphany. I do have cramping. I do get that. I will say that if I eat dairy, like the weeks leading up, I have to do very little dairy. So if like you're a cheese eater, I would cut that out. I would cut out all dairy and see how you feel afterwards, because that will make me inflamed and make the cycle worse. So I love cheese. I can't eat it.
Man, I didn't want to hear that.
I'm so sorry.
I'm a cheese eater. You guys.
Try for 1 month. You know, you don't know how these things are going to react in your body and what they're going to react to. In fact, not menstrual cycle, but like the ovulation pain I was talking about. This month it was rough. And a couple days before, I was eating lots of jalapenos and lots of like spicy things with my carnivore diet. I was just testing it. Bad experiment. It was, you don't know how food is going to make your body react. Yeah. So no more.
So Gail says her cramps went away down to almost nothing when I quit dairy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, guys, I got to quit dairy. Dang it.
Well, at least give it a try.
Yeah, just give it a try.
I will. I totally will. I'm open to all that. If I can get over the carbohydrates, I can get over dairy.
Yeah, cheese is a hard one. I haven't given it up totally, you know, but it's very sparing. It's not every day for sure. Once or twice a week, maybe.
Yeah, that's not bad.
There's so many people in here that have popped in to say hello. I'd like to highlight some of them, and I think he might be gone now because he had like something in real life to go do. But Mike Shaw,
yes, welcome to the jungle. I like that.
Welcome to the jungle. That's right. And Becky, our guest from 2 days ago, was in here, so is in here. Hi, Becky. And Rhonda, Carnivorous Leo Rhonda says hi, Lioness.
I like her new picture. It looks good.
I know. She has so many good ones. She just rotates through them. She always looks great. Dustin from Keto Simple. Hey,
hello, Dustin.
Nice to see you. And Karen Harrington saying hello.
Karen.
And this is a joke for you, Hayley. Mike wanted to know if you turned it on and turned it back off. Turn it off and turn it on your microphone.
So, okay, let me clear this up. Okay, Garrett came in here and plugged in my ring lights because my screen was flashing, and so he turned off the microphone and he's like, okay, everything's good. And then we were about to go live. So then he walks out and my microphone wasn't even on. So it's even worse than that, Mike. It's even worse. It was never on.
Dang. So poor Dustin, I hope this gets fixed sooner than 4 hours. I'm watching from the side of the highway. My son had another tire blowout sitting here waiting on a tow truck last week.
Oh, no.
That's not a good Christmas present, Dustin. That's terrible. This was from Becky. So many great comments. I hope I saw them all and tried to respond. I was very moved. So she appreciates all of that. She was on our Tuesday episode and she is not wrong. There was a lot of very nice comments about that one. Annabella saying good morning to everyone because it's morning where she is. And specific to you, Alia.
Hello. Hi, Rhonda. Thank you. I will reach out to you as soon as I can if you'd like to do something.
Rhonda's awesome. Hi, Whitney saying hello, ladies.
Hello.
And Nicole popped in. Hey, Nicole.
She gets. I love that photo of Nicole.
So good.
Yes.
She was taken recently. They turned out really well.
Yeah.
And of course, we know Brett is here. Hello, lovely Lioness ladies. I like the alliteration there. Thank you. And then Gail popped in saying howdy. And I have to put this up because I can't go a live stream without saying picanha.
Yes.
So yeah, there's another one. I hope.
They call picanha here punto de anca.
Oh, okay. And have you eaten that? That I can't say, but I'll just call it picanha.
Yeah. Punto de anca. But it's like the same piece. It looks the same.
Yum.
It's
awesome.
It sounds even better in Spanish.
It does. It sounds amazing.
I think picanha is Spanish, isn't
it? But what you're saying, it sounds better.
I think it's sirloin cap. It doesn't sound as exotic.
Yeah, exactly.
Sirloin cap.
Hello, Mama Cracker.
Mama Cracker's here saying good evening. Simpson Johns is here. Hi, girls. Hi, Simpson. And then we've got Jenny Murphy saying howdy, y'all.
Hello.
And less junk, more health. Hello, Lionesses and all. And
good name. Good name.
I know it's a good name, right? We have Aid. Hi, Aid. Greetings and good health to you all. Hello and hi to all. So that's very nice, Aid. Thank you for popping in.
Yay.
So many people.
Hi, everybody. Welcome.
Everyone gets a hug.
That's right.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Yes.
So you were out of your country, Colombia, for a whole month.
Yeah.
And then you went back to the States. Yeah. So you had family, and then you also had to deal with food when you were out there.
That was rough. I fell hard. I was so happy to get home.
Yeah. Can you tell us about that?
Oh no.
So I was trying to be good, but dairy was the thing that was the first thing that led me off the path. But so the Sunday, we got there Saturday. So we got there Saturday, and I was like, oh, we went to Winn-Dixie, and I'm like, I really want some pickles. I haven't had pickles in a long time. So I had pickles, and okay, let's tell the whole story. I'm going to tell you guys the whole story.
The whole story. We want to hear. This is the time to your girl group here.
She picks me up from, so first of all, I do drink coffee, and sometimes I'll put milk in my coffee. On the flight over, I had a coffee with milk. Culprit number one. We arrive. We go to Winn-Dixie. I had to get food for my kids. I'm like, what are we going to eat? I guess pickles and salami. The salami smelled a little off at the Winn-Dixie. I still ate it anyways. I ate the pickles. Meanwhile, my sister locks her keys in her car.
No.
Oh, man.
So
welcome to the U.S.
Yeah, exactly. So my sister and her daughter, who's 18, they're trying to resolve that. I'm with my kids, 5 and 7. We're sitting on the floor outside Winn-Dixie because we had nowhere else to sit at that moment. And we're eating pickles and salami. And I get like this dirty look from like a police officer. Oh, no, let's back up. The second we get to the Orlando airport, my kids find some other kid while I'm calling my sister so she can come and get me. And they get offered donuts. And I'm like, oh, and my daughter's already been like, had a very hard time traveling, very little, screaming, crying, all this stuff. So I'm dealing with this already all day. And then there's basically donuts in their mouth and they need real food. So that was the first thing. I'm like, oh my God, I'm for sure home. I'm in the US. What do we get offered? Sugar. Okay. So now we're locked. We're sitting on the floor outside of Winn-Dixie in Orlando. This story is very funny. And a sheriff of Orlando is driving by like in the parking lot. And I swear to God, he gives me a dirty look because I'm sitting on the ground with like on the floor with 2 kids. He comes back a few minutes later and he's like, I bought you some M&Ms. And I'm like, oh, that's okay. Thank you so much. He's like, no, really, it's for the kids. And I'm like, okay, I'll just take the M&Ms to be nice. And I'm like, by the way, I'm not homeless. My car, I'm locked out of the car.
Oh no.
I think I was homeless.
How long is the flight from Colombia? Maybe that's why you looked homeless.
It's only 4 hours. It's only 4 hours.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, no, but oh my gosh.
Jeez.
So this is my welcome back to the US, donuts and M&M. So the long and short of it is I think, and then we ate some gyros. I didn't eat any bread. So I had some gyros, I had some salami, I had some pickles. I instantly had like flaming diarrhea. Like instantly. My sister's like,
man.
the food here is so terrible. Okay. So the next day we went to Costco. I got a beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. And I was like, I'm going to be good. I'm going to stick to it. But I started eating a lot of cheese and it just went downhill from there. And then when I hit Chicago, I just like, everything went out the window.
My hometown.
Yeah.
Homeland.
Yeah, exactly.
The deep dish pizza.
Fast food, pizza, and then I regretted it because I put on 15 pounds. I think most of it was water. I got rid of most of it pretty fast, but I've still haven't gotten down back to where I was. And it's crazy for me that I gained weight so fast. It was very fast. It was like, but what was crazier for me, I don't know, you can go on my Facebook if you want. You can see some pictures of my kids, or even in my community tab on my channel, you'll see my kids. They're very skinny. My daughter is a picky eater. So if she eats pizza, she'll eat like 1 bite and she's like, oh, I'm full, but my son, he was like me as a child. He was like, this, let's eat all this. And then he's like, my stomach hurts. So I'm happy he experienced the feedback of eating bad food, eating bad food. But he also, my son, who's beautiful and he looks like a normal, healthy child, not overweight, got chubby in 3 weeks, 4 weeks. He went from skinny to chubby. And one day I was like, what happened to your face? shocked like how fast he just put on weight. And that just says something, because here he can eat how we eat. Maybe he'll have rice, or he loves KFC. We'll go to KFC once a week. Like, he'll do that here and not gain any weight. So it was just shocking to me. Anyways, I hope I answered your question.
Do you think stress could have been involved in that? Like with traveling and being somewhere
unfamiliar? It was a lot of traveling. Yeah, for me, probably for him, he's like a pretty chill dude, but I think for my daughter, it was very hard for her hearing only English. She speaks Spanish. She understands English, but it was just like everything. So her being stressed, me eating, and also now getting more and more stressed. And we were in Florida for 2 weeks, and then we're in Chicago for 2 weeks. Then we're back to Florida for the last week. And then the very next day after Thanksgiving, we're up at 4 a.m. going back to Orlando. We flew into Orlando because it was like hundreds of dollars cheaper than to fly into Tampa. So that's just for Ellie, in case you're wondering why we flew into Orlando.
Ellie's like, excuse me.
Yeah. But I think there was stress, and then the food had a lot of inflammation also.
And plus, you were, and your husband wasn't with you.
Yeah, so he was here at home.
Solo momming
And continuing to work. That's why I didn't do anything on YouTube for a month. I'm like, I just can't. I have to and then I lost my voice, and I'm sorry, I'll have to get back to it when I get home. Even though I wanted to, it was just impossible.
Now we've missed you.
Aww. Yeah, we did miss you.
Oh, thank you. I'll do some more videos.
Yeah.
So if I ever do that again, my kids will be older. I'm bringing my husband. It's just going to be different. I'm not going to try to keep working. I'll actually try to be on vacation and not try to work and vacation and being a single mom. No, so hard. No wonder people eat so crappy.
Right?
How long has it been since the last time you were in the States? And what did you notice about like the general health of the population? Like, has it changed, or does it surprise you when you look at US citizens, things like that?
Sure. Yeah, it was super surprising. I was shocked. So I went home a year ago by myself. I visited family in the Midwest, and I was big then. I was like 215 pounds. So I had a different mindset a year ago, still eating terrible and being obese, and then seeing my fellow Midwesterners and feeling skinny at 215 pounds. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So then now eating like this. By the way, you can't really tell. I mean, I've got the chubbiest face on the screen, but you can't really tell. Like, I've lost weight, but I still have some to go. It's in the butt. One day.
Nice to yourself, Alia. You're beautiful.
Yeah.
I have a round face too. I've got a moon face.
Like me. Anyways, my point is, when I got to the US and I saw the sheriff giving me M&Ms, and then the next day I went to the park, and he wasn't skinny, by the way. And then I went to the park the next day with my sister. My sister is always been skinny. She got overweight once, and then she just fixed her diet and she got skinny again. So she is like the opposite of me. Like, she has to eat so many calories in a day, or else she will just get super duper the opposite. Maybe she has the opposite problem than me. Anyways, but besides her, I was shocked to see how many overweight people there were. Not so much in Florida, way more in the Midwest. I saw way more in the Midwest. But yeah, I still saw big people in Florida. And I'm like, it's all because we are like so brainwashed on like what's healthy, what's not healthy. Eat in moderation, your bag of Oreos, and it just doesn't work. And here's another thing that I noticed. So, and this is not to say and maybe this is just a generality, but I was not just shocked about the health. I was shocked about how unfriendly people are.
Interesting.
I mean, if you stop and talk to everybody I talk to in the US, they're amazing. People are beautiful. But I was shocked to see like people don't smile. People, and this is very much a part of this culture here. You say hi to people when you walk down the street. You say hi to everybody, no matter what time of day it is. You smile at people. You look people in the eye. So my trip to Costco on Sunday to get my carnivore foods, I was just so shocked to see how many people weren't smiling. Nobody looks you in the eye. Nobody is smiling. And I'm really curious if that has something to do with how they're eating. Like, there's so much pain or so much depression or so much inflammation happening that they can't even see what's in their face, that there's like another human being there. So I didn't take it personal, but I feel bad. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Like, if I make eye contact and smile, they'll do it back, but they're not going to do it first. They're like eyes down, just just kind of a scowl, kind of a
and I don't know if that's 100% having to do with the food, but it's definitely like, I'm so used to this culture here that it was so shocking to me to see that aspect of it. And not that people aren't on their phones here, people are overweight here, but a lot more people are so much healthier here. And the whole fast food, ultra highly processed food culture that we have in the US is so much different here. There's like 2 McDonald's in the city that I live in. There's other burger places. They love burgers here, but just a comparison, like there's McDonald's everywhere.
Yeah. So last day of normal, this is Cammie. She said she gets shocked every time she goes to Walmart. It's so sad. Yes. The last time I went to Walmart, the guy that checks your receipt to make sure you're not stealing stuff. I mean, he for sure had he was in a wheelchair, overweight, for sure had a foot amputated, looked diabetic just by looking at him.
I'm so sorry.
And it's like, yeah, it was hard. I was like, have a steak? Yeah, it's hard to even look at them,
What do you say?
It's rough.
No,
it's really rough.
Yeah, it was rough. So I hear you, Cammie.
I love Walmart, by the way, but yes, people of Walmart. When people ask me what I miss about the US, I say Walmart.
The people watching, you mean?
Yeah, when the people watching ask me what I miss about the US, I always say Walmart. It's a joke, but I mean, it's great for kids' clothes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So can I ask, I wanted to talk a little bit about, I saw one of your videos where you were talking about getting over the need to check your weight.
Oh, okay.
And trying to, what are you doing instead? What tracking method motivates you the most? And what advice would you give to someone who's kind of stuck in that cycle with the weight?
Okay. So I would say when you start your health journey, if you're doing keto or carnivore, healthy, real keto, not the fake keto with the junk food, start tracking how you feel on a daily basis and things you notice in your body. First of all, when you cut the carbs, you're going to lose a ton of water weight really fast. But if you have a thyroid condition like me, at some point it might slow down, and that could be disheartening when it slows down or holds like it has for me. But I keep in mind how much better I feel mentally, spiritually. I feel happier. I feel less anxiety. And for me at this point, it's so much more important than if I lose more weight. I would love to lose 50 more pounds. So that's why I say sure, you can look at the scale, but that's not all there is to life. It's not your worth and value is not the number on the scale. How happy you feel, how much you are a part of, again, in your life. And what I mean by that is I work from home. I'd be exhausted when I was done working. I would want to go outside, just go watch a movie. And then my kids want to do stuff. And I'm like, no, I'm just going to lie here like a lump on a log. No, now I want to go do stuff. Not to say we don't watch movies anymore, but I don't want my kids to just remember their childhood of their mom sitting on the couch all the time, or only going to Papa to do something fun. It wasn't that bad. We always do stuff with our kids, but during the week, I would so often just want to be on the couch. And now that's not the case. So my point here is look at the things that you've gained versus the things that you've lost, and keep your attention on that. And if you fall off, feel how bad you feel. Really feel and confront how terrible you feel. So you go back to it. There you go. That's how I keep track of it. Because I look at the scale, but I don't stress over it. I'm like, oh, I lost some weight. Oh, didn't lose some weight. Versus
right.
Oh, I'm going to go into grief. I'm going to start crying because I haven't lost any weight today. And just when you eat this way, you just feel so much better.
Right. Well, and also that was a great answer. Yeah. I feel like those beauty standards, that we've also been, I feel like it went from what Victoria's Secret, the way you look like that. And then now it's more women need to be ripped and have abs and, have a big butt and look at that. And so those beauty standards are so unrealistic because it's not about looking that way, right? It's about the longevity of your body and how long it's going to keep you healthy and strong for your kids and everything. So, but I just think it's interesting because we're learning more about subcutaneous fat on women and how it's the visceral fat that's making you sick, but the subcutaneous fat is what is super healthy, a protective mechanism for your body. And so women are supposed to have curves. We're supposed to have that exterior protection layer of skin. And so that, you know, judging people based on the way that they look on the outside, even if we think maybe they look unhealthy, at the end of the day, they could be way healthier than a vegan that looks really skinny and fit, because it's not about that, you know? And so, yeah, I love that. I think it shouldn't be about the aesthetic, even though a lot of us want to look better, right? It's just kind of ingrained, but yeah.
It is. It is, absolutely. Especially when we watch the Barbie movie. No. I didn't see the Barbie movie. Don't worry.
I have not seen the Barbie movie, and I don't know if I will. But Annabella, the happy carnivore, says, I gave the lady at my butcher's a little homemade gift. My butchers have seen me go from pale blue, from starving myself, to having glowing skin and shiny hair. So
awesome.
Amazing.
Yes.
I'm looking over.
Yeah, look at all those comments coming in.
Yeah, I know, I'm like reading it. I'm like, wow.
I love
This
it.
is awesome. It feels so good to be able to talk about women's issues. I don't know. It just feels like that's fresh air.
I love it. I love it. I just want to say, like, you can be beautiful no matter what shape and size. It's just like how healthy you are, and more importantly, do you feel good? Like, do you have, what am I saying? Like, do you like how you look? Who cares what everybody else thinks? Do you like how you look? Versus like, don't compare yourself to Angelina Jolie. You're just going to have a loss. Like,
we're all going to lose.
And I think eating this way and getting like the stress out of your mind and the anxiety, you feel better. You feel more comfortable in your own skin. You feel beautiful again. And that's so much more important than the number. Again, so much more important than the number on the scale. And
yeah,
I will
it's all
say,
about confidence.
Sure. Yeah. And here the girls are very voluptuous. They like their girls with the big boobs, the big butts.
Well, if you think biologically, men are drawn to curvy women because that means health. That means health. It means you're not starving and that you are fertile and all of that stuff. So like butter boobs and Alia's really great ass. It's all, it's their assets.
Yes, Hayley. Score one for the pear shade. I pear shade too, Alia.
I'll party with you in Colombia, Alia.
Let's go.
We'll take it down.
That inverted triangle.
So I like Jenny Murphy's attitude here. I no longer need to lose weight. I just want to feel like a human. I'm right in that boat. Like, that's the boat I'm in, right? I'm not doing this way of eating to lose weight anymore. It's like, because I feel my best health this way. So I'm so glad you said that.
Exactly.
Speaking of health, Alia, can I ask you about the healthcare system in Colombia? Like, do you have one down there? How does that work? Like, how does it compare to the US?
Okay. Thanks for asking that question. So, we pay healthcare. It's very affordable. I'm not going to say how much we pay, but you'd be jealous. It's made affordable for people here. I will say my copays are very cheap. So in the US, when my son was born, I had a very traumatic experience. I hated anyways, it was the worst experience ever. And I will not say the name of the hospital, but it was terrible. And the bedside manner was horrible by about 95% of the people. And if they cared, I would have been out of the hospital a lot sooner. Traumatic birth experience. And then I was sick and hospitalized for days. So I was in the hospital for 14 days. Wow. 12 or 14 days from being admitted because I had to get induced. So I was admitted to get induction, ended up in emergency C-section, ended up getting an infection. All right. So that's my terrible memory of that healthcare experience in the US. Here, maybe the hospitals don't look like a 5-star hotel like they do in the US. It's just very basic, very plain, but the bedside manner and the care of the doctors, it just doesn't compare. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I was in and out of the hospital so fast. I had to get a second C-section because I had a first C-section and the babies were so close together. But even if I did like a VBAC, like a blah birth after, so I don't have to say words that might get us in trouble here. Her head was here. Her head was up here. So I was in no way not going to get a C-section. But that experience was like night and day. So say what you will. Even if it doesn't look as beautiful, it's not in a hut. It's just very basic. Do you get what I'm saying? You don't have like a huge TV in your room that you're stuck in for 14 days. But the care was excellent. So that's my experience. And I haven't had to really deal with doctors otherwise.
That's great.
Sorry, we just got a super sticker. One of us did. I just want to pop that up there. So thanks, John. We appreciate you being here. Like we said before, his thing is a wolf, but we like our wolves, lions, whatever.
Yes.
We're happy to have you. So thanks for the
Oh,
support.
that's so nice. Thank you.
All carnivores are welcome.
No matter what your spirit animal is.
Yeah.
Mine's a Highland cow, you guys.
Yeah, I love it, Haley. I love it.
I think I would be a shrimp just because I love shrimp so much.
That's very funny.
Little shrimp Ellie. Oh, that's so cute.
Curled up. That's me in bed. After the kids are sleeping, like, please stay in bed.
Oh my gosh.
So Alia, because of your trip to the US and your loss of your voice and a kind of a combination of those things, although I did see you got to meet Russ in real life.
Did.
That was cool.
Yeah, it was
cool.
very nice.
But you had a little break from your channel. What do you plan on doing now that you've kind of, back hitting the ground running? Are we going to see any like kind of the same type of content, new content? What are your plans?
So yeah, I want to start interviewing people again. And I'll take that up in the new year. I did interview Brett last week, so I'll get that up on my channel, Who's Your Carnivore, as soon as I can. And you can hear his story. We're going to be moving, actually. So not everybody knows this, but you guys will be the first to hear it.
You're first people. Why we tuned into Lioness Lifestyle.
So we have like a little cabin in the mountains. We got to do a lot of work with it, but the internet finally works. So we're going to be moving there. Like we have very good internet, so I can work. So we're going to move there soon. And there's this cool like stove that you have to put wood in, and an oven where you have to put wood in. So I want to do some videos there of cooking there.
Wait. An oven, like you're going to cook your food in like a wood burning stove, like your great
Yeah,
grandma.
but it's outside. It's outside.
Oh.
So this is the property of the family, but there's like 3 houses on it, and it's on the side of a mountain, and we have a separate house in our own like space. So the only reason we haven't moved there for years, because the family's been there for a couple of years, is because I couldn't work there. So now we have the internet, and so we're going to go experience that for a little while. We do have to do a lot of renovations, or at least like some makeup to make it look nicer. But so I want to do some videos of us living there. We're going to get some chickens, and I will put that on my channel if people are interested. But yeah, that'll be fun. But I'm going to do the interviews again. Honestly, unless I'm talking like in a group of people, I hate talking about myself in front of a camera. Isn't that weird? So I will try to get better at that also. But I love talking to people. I'll do some more lives, but it's going to be like maybe 1 live stream a week and one video a week and a couple shorts, because, there you go. That's life.
Yeah. Well, no, go ahead, Haley.
Oh, I was just going to say, since we're so close to the new year, can you tell us what your goals are for 2024 on Carnivore?
Wow. Stick to it. So in January, I actually paid to do Dr. Chafee's like challenge. So I'm going to like go to his Zoom meetings or whatever and do whatever course he has set up. So I'm going to do that to start the year out right. And guys, I need to lose 50 pounds. I know I said all that.
Yes. So you got this.
And if I don't care. There you go. If I don't lose 50 pounds, I don't care. But that would be fun. Let's see.
Well, you can rely on us
stick to it and inspire people if I can to eat healthier. That's my plans for Carnivore for the new year.
Absolutely. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. So are you looking at that with Dr. Chafee like as a jump start, or not a jump start, but like a kickstart to your 50-pound goal?
Now I am. So I paid for it in October, and I was like, okay, October, I'm doing all this stuff to leave. November, I'm gone. Then it's December. There's no way to do it. So it just happens to be January is like a month I feel calm to be able to do it. So yes, it's kickstarting me in the new year to kick my butt.
Well, January is Carnivore month.
Also, there you go. Maybe it'll inspire me to stop drinking coffee. I don't know.
I have not given up my coffee, Alia, and I don't think I'm gonna.
Yeah, I don't know. It's my vegetable of choice, or
Right?
rather, plant of choice.
Plant of choice. Yes.
Legume. Is it a legume?
Is it a legume? I don't know.
Coffee beans.
Yeah, but I don't know if it really is.
Oh, I don't know.
Every stream I have a weird question or a weird.
We're gonna Google. We're gonna ask AI. Is coffee really a bean?
Okay, we're waiting to hear.
I'm curious.
I think it's a seed.
Aid says, oops, comments coming in, but Aid says there's no oxalate in coffee.
There you go.
So
it's not
though
a legume.
dubbed a bean, a coffee is far from a legume. A typical coffee bean is actually one of two pits inside of a ruby red fruit called coffee cherry. Yes, because coffee is when you find it on the plants, because I live in the coffee region of Colombia, so I see these plants. It's a little red thing. I will have to do a video about this. Gosh, I should just be like, my channel should also be like, what is it like for a gringo to live in Colombia?
Well, the rest of us want to know, Alia. Yes, we do.
So it's a pit inside. I guess it's like a seed. It says it's a pit that's inside of this fruit, and we don't eat the fruit. We just they ferment the pit and then grind it up, and there you go.
Yeah.
I was just about to pop that one up there. So let us know, like Jenny did. Jenny's going to do the BBBE challenge starting right after her birthday, which is January 9th. Let us know if you guys have any plans for January, for any kickstarts or things you're going to try in January.
For January, I want to get better with my skincare routine. Because like I've seen a lot of improvement with my rosacea, but I think I can, with the right products and stuff, and I'm more like habitual about it. I think that would be really good. I want to get outside more because I dislocated my knee when I started Carnivore back in May, and I'm like, I'm getting there. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna get back outside. Let's go. So that's some of my.
Not to just sound like a total jerk, but have you ever tried not doing anything? I literally don't even wash my face. Okay, I'm just.
Yeah, I did. No, I have.
Okay.
No, you're not a jerk at all. That was legitimate. Because sometimes you put too many products in your skin and it gets way too like irritated. And I did it for years because I didn't take care of myself. But I also wasn't eating the right diet. So I feel like my skin is like maybe 70% better, but I want to, I can't.
I understand. So I think I wash my face maybe twice a week, maybe, but I have to take makeup off. But
I started wearing makeup just because it was so irritating for me personally.
Yeah, I understand.
I want to put this up here because it's controversial. So
do it.
I don't know. We work hard to kick the carb addiction, but we cave into the coffee addiction. So let's touch on this a little bit because I'm pretty sure they weren't expecting this one to be up on the screen. But
coffee's not an addiction.
I would love. Okay, yeah. So explain to us your reasoning. Yeah, I'd love to know your reasoning, Alia. That's
I'm totally joking. Coffee absolutely is an addiction.
Well, give us your thoughts. I'd love to know
the migraine headaches that will come with withdrawing off of coffee. Also, I want to say like coffee in the US is absolutely terrible. It's horrible. And then you come here and you can like taste the different flavors of the coffee depending on where it was grown in. And you can taste like fruity coffee. You can taste chocolatey coffee. You can taste nutty coffee. It's crazy. But yes, coffee is an addiction. And, it's 0 calorie. So there's no carbohydrates in it. I don't fight me on this one. I also drink tea, people. I drink tea.
I don't think
no one cares when you drink tea. No one brings up when you drink tea.
Because it's fancy. Everyone wants to be fancy.
Fancy, yes.
Well, I know that Dr. Chafee has said that it has neurotoxins in it. So even if it doesn't have oxalates, but I have experienced the longer that I'm on carnivore, if I try to drink coffee, I literally have anxiety attacks I just never have, and so at first, when I first started carnivore and I had left our previous church where we couldn't have coffee, I tried it, and I didn't have reactions. And then I, started carnivore, and the longer I'm on carnivore, the more reactions I have when I try to reintroduce it. Cause I do love the taste of it, but I can say like, oh, I'm not going to do that right now. And I'll go a couple weeks and then I'll try it again. And I have those reactions. So I believe that, but everyone has a different reaction. So I don't know that avoiding it for everyone is the right answer or, the wrong answer or anything like that. But
I mean, I am thinking while doing that challenge to give it up for a month because I paid $100. So
I know Dr. Barry said he gave it up for a while and he didn't have any adverse reactions to adding it back in. So he just does. And it's like, I don't think we need to be like, well, we must give up all of those things. I think the best, as we're doing the best we can, that's the best, anyone can do, really.
Yeah, my anxiety went away when I started eating carnivore, but I've been doing coffee like this whole time. Yeah. I don't know what would happen if I took it out, but I do know that I know that I enjoy my coffee experience. Okay, maybe I'm addicted to it. I'm not going to say that I'm not. If I don't have it, I'll probably get a headache. Okay. But I also enjoy curling up on the couch with my cup of, creamy coffee with Pixel. Where is she? She's not around. I don't know where she is. I know. Where are you, my little lioness? She's around here somewhere.
She's our mascot.
Yeah, she's our mascot. But it's something that I enjoy, right? And so I'm just going to, for now, keep enjoying it. If I notice some kind of negative side effect, other than, yes, I know that it is a negative side effect if I don't drink it, that I get a headache. I understand that's negative, I don't experience anxiety. In fact, my anxiety went away. Yeah, Russ, the cat is dangerous. I still have a bruise. I don't know if you guys can see it where she attacked me on the ugly sweater party. She did not like my ugly sweater at all.
Oh, no.
She got me.
Your style's horrible.
I just want to answer this one really quick. Do you have the same reaction to other types of caffeine? I haven't had a reaction to anything else other than coffee. So it could be mold in coffee. It could be, other things. It could be the level of caffeine. I usually drink the ones from Costco that are the Colombian, like little cans or whatever. And I like the flavor of those, but I'm pretty sure it's a pretty rich, dense caffeine. And so I don't know what it is, but I do know that I don't get those reactions with other things.
Sure.
But I don't drink caffeine otherwise anyway. So I couldn't really, I don't drink Monsters or anything like that. Like we just avoid it, but
I forgot those existed.
Yeah, I know. A monster. Let me just throw that out there. Oh my gosh.
Brings me back to my college days where there were some people I knew who would drink like 2 or 3 of those a day just to get by. If only they had known they could eat a carnivore diet, they'd get better sleep. And then they'd get better on their...
Right.
I don't know how much time we have left, but I will tell a Monster energy drink story. So I was in San Francisco and they were giving these Monsters for free. This must have been like 2004, 5, 6, something like this. And I was just like walking around the street, hanging out with my friends. So I'm sipping on these. I'm not kidding, like all day long. I'm just like sipping on Monsters. I don't think I've ever drunk at that point an energy drink in my life. And so I'm sitting up, sipping, trying, because these guys were giving them away for free. So we just kept taking them, right? I guess it was promotional. I was talking to somebody and luckily I was like facing towards the street on Market Street in San Francisco because so I've been drinking this stuff all day. All of a sudden it was like projectile foam vomit.
Oh, no.
You did?
Oh, that's so gross.
Oh.
Don't do Monster energy drinks. Oh my God. I'm just so glad. Like man. I happened to not be looking at the person I was talking to, but like facing the other way. So it was
like you didn't know it was coming. It just
I didn't even feel it. It just came out.
My gosh. Oh my gosh.
It was like an exorcist moment.
You can always tell. So sometimes a kid will just randomly vomit, okay, because they're 9 or 10 or whatever. But the grossest is when they've eaten like Takis or something for breakfast, because then it's all red.
Oh no!
It's we see some stuff, you guys. It's not for the faint of heart what I do for a living.
You're so strong, Cristie. Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you for your work.
Carnivore said the monster came out.
Yeah, that's a different kind of monster than the axe murderer monster, Alia.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man.
I can't believe we're over an hour. Do you want to do the meaty wheel and then show Alia's channel?
Yeah,
let's do it.
Show my channel. Come on, subscribe.
I think that I did it right this time. Last time I didn't have it ready in full screen, but I was better prepared today. Look at me go.
Oh my God, so cute.
There you
I
go.
love this.
So, Alia, this is our Lioness Lifestyle Live meaty wheel. And what we're going to do is spin it and try to hunt down a question for you to answer.
Oh, okay, great.
Here we go.
I love this. You guys are so cute. What an awesome show. Are there any Foo Fighters? Oh.
What is your meaty question? Are there any foods considered a part of the carnivore diet that you have to stay away from? Why or why not?
That's very interesting. So we stay away from, in my house, and not for me, for my son, we stay away from, and this is where I forget English, mariscos, like shrimp and shellfish.
Fish. Yeah.
Shellfish,
Yeah.
because he had shellfish, he had some shrimp, and then he had a reaction. So we stay away from that in my house only for that reason. I don't have reactions. I just don't want him to accidentally eat something and then have like a reaction. But and dairy, I brought up dairy. I do eat dairy, but I got to be careful how and what time of the month I eat it. But I stay away, because if I don't, I will also just eat a lot of dairy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other day I had the cheese out for that meatloaf that I was making, and I'll be darned if I didn't just like pop 2 pieces of cheese in my mouth and like want some more cheese. But I was like, okay, wait a minute. I stopped and I was like, okay, no, wait. You know, it was crazy.
Can you pop up Adam Carnivore today?
I was gonna put that out.
Okay, so we our air fryer broke, but that's a funny question to ask me, actually, because I will literally try anything. I tried lamb brain a couple weeks ago or last month. I like organ meats. I've tried air fried salted chicken feet, and it's like, this is your replacement for, what's it called? This is your replacement for potato chips. If you miss potato chips, get some chicken, like the actual feet. They sell them here. In Colombia, you don't waste anything. You can find almost any part of the animal at the butcher, except the brain. They won't cut the skull, it'll break their machine. So I had to find that in the US. But if you guys miss potato chips, air fry those chicken feet in salt, and then it's like potato chips.
Wow. I'm going to try that.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Oh, I love it.
I love that Adam and Russ are here to support you.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, but
Yeah, that's awesome.
I miss them. I miss you guys. I love you guys. I'm so sorry. Everything's changed with my schedule. Yeah.
They understand. I'm sure they understand, and they're going to continue to have an amazing show at Keto.
They
Cookout.
are. They are.
I would love to show your channel after we read this comment.
I'm sorry. Just Adam said, yeah, potato chips equals chicken feet. I'll tell my wife that. Yeah, we'll see how that goes over, Adam. I'll tell my husband.
Adam, just like literally like put them in the air fryer and then just like peel off the skin.
Oh man.
Give that part. Oh, look at these potato chips.
If he did that, he'd probably be sleeping on the couch for a while.
I've also tried pig feet before. It's full of collagen. So yummy. Anyways, that was a good question to ask. I'm done talking.
There's no. We gotta get his reaction.
No.
All right. So I'd like to invite you over to a magical place. Here it comes. Bam.
Thanks for sharing my channel.
Alia Wells. This is her channel. If you need some inspiration for trying the carnivore diet, whether her story or some of the amazing people that she has interviewed, please go and subscribe to Alia. As you can tell, she's hilarious. She's down to earth, and she's totally worth your support. And I'm just so glad that she's on the show. And this has been like a really fun episode after a really hard day. I'm really glad that I was able to hang out with you guys, you ladies, I should say. So please go subscribe to Alia Wells.
Yes, please. And go watch all the playlists, people.
Binge the playlist.
And if anyone ever wants to come onto my channel, you're all welcome, and shoot me an email. Before I was monetized, I was like doing stuff almost every day, but that was just getting really crazy. So I'm going to try to do stuff a couple times a week. And so if it takes like a while for me to schedule you, it's not you. It's just that I have to arrange everything in my life. There you go.
Absolutely.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Well, should we do the countdown for our roar, you guys?
Yes.
Are we ready?
Lionesses in the comments, you need to roar along with us, please. We love that.
Yeah, we want to see the roar in the comments. Roar. Yeah.
Okay. Are we
Let's do it.
ready?
Ready.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Really close this time.
Yeah, your claws.
I'm like, "Roar." Like a pirate.
We've got a couple here. We've got, oh, Alia, there you are. Look at you.
Good job.
I love the meows too. Those are so good.
Oh my gosh,
Whoa,
guys.
and
Look
Gail
at all
with
these
the
good
big roar.
ones.
Gail, yeah, she's feeling feisty today. I like it. Wonders girl, nice.
Oh man, you guys are awesome.
Adam, thank you. Oh, now she's purring. Okay, all right. She's calmed down a little bit. She got it out of her system.
Always doing the cat thing. You just stop
Yay, Cammie.
Awesome.
Fabulous. Well, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. This has been a super fun one. Alia, thank you. I know it was kind of tricky with our schedules. I'm so glad we finally were able to make it work.
Yeah, and thanks for making this exception for me and doing it tonight. And yeah.
Yeah, awesome. We were happy to do it. So
super
awesome.
All right, guys. Well, we will see you on Tuesday. Looking forward to another awesome guest Tuesday at, I say my time zone first. So 5 p.m. Pacific or 8 p.m. for you, or 8 p.m. over on the East Coast, or wherever you might be.
Have a Merry Christmas, you guys.
Oh, yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody.
It'll be the day after Christmas when we will be here with a fantastic guest. So yes, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas and be safe if you're traveling. Can't wait to see you next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.